would that be? The commissioners, I think, or I'm not sure who's in charge of those.
Yeah, I did actually.
Have you received any response? Oh, is that one of these?
That would be, yeah, if you find it for me.
Have they responded to your Freedom of
This would
Information
be-
Act request?
Yeah, this is their response right there. That they know, they tell me,
Well, wait, who sent you this? This was from.
I don't
this
know.
is From
It came
McQuaid,
in
isn't
a-
it? Or,
it came in an envelope labeled with her name,
Okay.
so I'm
Well,
assuming
because
it
I'm not
came from
sure-
her. She's the attorney that
she's the
represents
city
both
attorney, but
parties.
this is the county building, so I'm not sure if she would be the one who should
They
be
were city
responding
police
based on-
department that responded.
Well,
That's what I'm
Yeah, but
trying
the
to.
cameras in this building, this is the sheriff's office building. So,
Whose dispatch log is it? For the city police? They keep their own logs?
yeah, I think so. Well,
Oh.
I'm not.
Well, they didn't come off of that either.
That might be from, you might need to ask the county, because I know that 911 dispatch is
Yeah.
located in this.
This would
building
be
as
the
well.
first one, and this would be the second one.
Okay.
So maybe you can find them because they're in
Let's
county
see,
buildings.
Well, I mean, this office wouldn't have control over that, but the sheriff's office might. Like the prosecutor might.
As well as he was responsible for supervising me when they actually arrested me and put to jail at times. Seen him a few times.
Wait, who was?
Greg Bilmer, the correctional officer.
Okay.
And the jail didn't respond to my request to be kept separated from him until like 30 seconds after Carissa bonded me out. And they knew I was going home, so. You guys probably be better off employing me.
All right, well, thank you for bringing these things in. I will, by the next time I speak to you, I should have a copy of the video from the gas station, assuming the police officer still has it.
There should be one from the LaPorte City Police Department lobby as well.
Okay, again, that one, I can ask them.
Like,
I'll ask them if they've got that.
2 different officers threw my own pocket knives at me because they told me that me merely being in possession of them was a threat to the officers. So I took them out and placed them on the counter, and then Officer Aguilar took them, and then when I started talking about my due process rights, they started arguing with me and basically all this stuff. And this was all in response to me informing them. Like, I tried to basically medically disclose that I have post-traumatic stress disorder, not to take my behavior as I'm a terrorist or something. Like, you guys make me nervous as much as I make you nervous. And they basically, that's what their response was. I have pocket knives, so he now, I guess, developed post-traumatic stress disorder with pocket knives or something, and that's the same thing. They compared it. But then when I left and I asked for my property back, they threw them at me. They couldn't hand them to me. The one officer tried to hand it to me, but then he just ended up throwing it at me too. But these things are all, they would all be crimes if I did them. And I know this because I've been prosecuted for things that I'm now being told are not crimes when other people do them.
Okay, so for our next, well, let's see. Would you prefer to receive things in the mail, or to come in here to speak? It's up to you. Okay. What I would like to do is set this out for a few weeks so that we can get this, and at that time we'll be prepared to take an action, either to make an offer, or to set for trial, or to take whatever action would be
All right.
what we've decided
how
to
do I
do
speed
at that
this up?
point.
Because, I mean, like,
I'll tell you what. I mean, the fastest I can.
Complain against anybody. I'm not friends with anybody here. Like, I'm just saying, like,
I'm
it's
aware
nothing
of that,
personal,
Mr.
but
Sergeant Gordon. I understand.
This is my time and stuff, and it's like
I understand that.
I'm doing my best to try to provide you guys with all the information and stuff, and it's
And we have it.
when I file a civil suit, which I am at this point, like I'm not debating it or thinking about it anymore. Like I sat in jail for 30 days I tried to give you guys all this information the first day, and nobody heard me when I said that the Indiana Rules of Judicial Conduct 2.6 says I have the right to be heard, even though I've said it several times. And I could have explained all this from the beginning, but instead I sat in jail for 30 days and wasn't allowed to inform anybody of this. And at this point,
well, that was because the judge found you in contempt at the initial hearing.
yeah, because while I was sitting there, I was told I was not allowed to argue with the judge. Which
Right, yeah.
It's not really arguing with the judge. I have the right to be heard, and that right is there for a reason. But at the same time, I didn't do anything violent. I didn't pose a risk to anybody, and Officer Crook grabbed my arm to pull me out of the chair while I was in the middle of that conversation. When I grabbed the table, it flipped over. That's on video, and I'm hoping that it's not deleted. It would make sense because, they did punish me for a crime. It's the only evidence that there is. It would make sense that somebody would keep it. But, yeah,
Okay.
I was once again assaulted by a correctional officer, and then somehow I get contempt of court, and my sanity is questioned. But, I read more about psychology than I'm a psychologist, so that's neither here nor there. But it's all of these things are not in my control; they're in other people's control. So the only way to put it in my control is to hold other people accountable. So I don't want to be concerned. This is a stressful situation. I'm concerned that
I understand that. And we're going to handle this as expeditiously as we can. At this point, the case has been pending since February under Trial Rule 4, or Criminal Rule 4, I'm sorry. That gives us a year to prosecute the case, assuming you're not in custody, which you're not. We don't intend to take nearly that long to do it. Hopefully, by the time we next meet, we will have a proposed resolution for your consideration. And then, obviously, you're free to take that or leave it. I think...
I'm not pleading guilty, so I didn't do anything wrong. I'm fully aware that I didn't do anything wrong. I personally believe
you're under no obligation to do that. To
a
plead guilty.
reasonable
I understand
person
that.
aware of all
Okay.
the facts would...
Well, we're trying to make ourselves aware of all the facts. That's the stage we're at right now. So I guess we will. The next order of business is just to set our next meeting.
Video footage are there cameras in the mayor's office? In City
I have
Hall?
no idea. I've never even been in the mayor's office.
You've never been in the mayor's office?
No, I actually live in South Bend. I commute here for work. I spend my time in the court and the prosecutor's office.
It's probably the best way to do it.
Anyway, let me get a form here to give you a reminder of your next date and sign for the next meeting. Yeah. So that I wouldn't want them to think that you failed to appear or anything.
Yeah, I got one of those a long time ago. I've been trying. It's one of the dumbest things to go to jail for is not going to court.
All right, looks like I'm going to have to print this myself so everyone else went home. So give me 1 minute.
Not a problem.
as I am trying to find the right form. I'm gonna have to write it by hand because
That's fine.
Lisa normally does them, and she is gone for the
In
day.
these reports as well, you might take notice to Sliwa says, Assistant Chief Smith advised me that Christopher was now walking towards City Hall. It should be noted that there have been numerous reports of Christopher's belligerent, irrational, and disruptive behavior in the past, both over the police department and City Hall. Corporal Reed advised me that due to Christopher's past, we should proceed to City Hall to prevent any further disruptions which Christopher may have planned. Reed says, when Mr. Throgmorton left the LaPorte City Police Department, he informed Assistant Chief Smith that he was on his way to City Hall. I did not. There's a video of that. Officer Sliwa was on station. Officer Sliwa and I then responded to City Hall because of his past behavior and causing a disturbance at this location. Julie Smith says, when he left the department, I confirmed with Reed and Sliwa that they would be en route to City Hall to monitor Throgmorton in case he caused a disturbance there. Our agency has been dispatched to both City Hall and the LaPorte County Prosecutor's Office on more than one occasion to escort Throgmorton out because he showed up there causing a disturbance after leaving the police department. Now, this is why they followed me down there. They're claiming it was to prevent a disturbance based upon all these previous reports. But in the paperwork that you made copies of, they deny that any of these reports exist, or tell me that I had already been provided with whatever, or tell me that they didn't send me anything. There are no reports according to this. My Freedom of Information Act request was denied.
I think this is your original.
That is.
Is this all yours? I can't remember. I think I've got all those. No, this is something different. Okay, I need this. These are copies. All right.
Mr. Reed says I was trying to speak to the mayor. Sliwa says I was trying to file a complaint against the LaPorte Police Department. But then it says, Smith says, as Reed and Sliwa were en route to City Hall, I placed a call to LaPorte City Attorney Becca McQuaig to let her know that Throgmorton may be headed there. After only a minute or so, I received a return call from McQuaig. She said Throgmorton was there and that she and other city employees had locked themselves inside their offices due to past encounters with him. She also advised me that she had already generated a no trespass letter that she was going to send. So this was on February 9th. Before all this, she generated a no trespass order, which she's claiming is based upon my past, which would be February 5th, because they had no interactions with me after September, so
Until February 5th?
I initiated contact in February. Nobody filed anything from September until 4 days after I filed, February 5th, and they all locked themselves in their offices. Like, they shut down City Hall because I walked down there with pieces of paper. And then they manipulated my disability because they kept telling me that nobody was there. I was asking to speak to the Human Rights Commission. They kept saying, they don't even know who I'm trying to talk to. They keep saying Human Resources Director, which is across the street from this jail over here.
Yeah, that's different from Human Rights.
Right over here. It's a completely different building. I've spoke with her. I have her card right here. It's not the same person.
No,
I know who
no,
that
certainly
is,
not.
And I know who I need to talk to because I have the card, and it's in the newspaper in 2 different days. But I mean, the same reports that they're claiming justify their actions are the reports that I'm attempting to get and am not able to. So whatever past reports justify, otherwise they're just following me around. I mean, that's stalking and trying to, it's punitive retaliation. Like, if I haven't done anything other than serve a Freedom of Information Act request, hand someone a piece of paper with a camera in my hand as of February 5th, I don't understand. I mean, because that's violating some other stuff, like open door law.
That is what we're trying to understand as well.
But
okay.
it would seem to me like it's very convenient that I got arrested.
Certainly not for you.
No, not for me, but I mean for everybody else.
I understand what you're getting at. Okay, would you mind signing this continuance to the next date? I was gonna say June 8th. That should be the last time we have to meet. After that, we will set a date to go back to court and either dispose of the matter or set it for trial.
All right. Let's see. Is today the...
Today is the 18th.
And after this, do you know how long it'll be?
Depends on when the court can set your trial date. If we're going to trial, or if we decide to dismiss the case, then that would be that. And again, that's either one of those things could still happen at this point. So
this does affect my life.
I understand that. That's why we're trying to get this done as quickly as possible. I do, for example, next week I got a jury trial on a child abuse case. So I mean, I've got important things also to do in the meantime. So
That's important.
So let me make a copy of this for you.
Thank you.
Go.
Pretty nice day out.
Yeah, I've been inside all day.
Well, it's a pretty nice courtroom.
Yeah, today we were down in the first floor of this building because they're doing a trial over in the courtroom, so didn't even get to enjoy that. Oh, it's quitting time.
All right. Sorry I kept you so late.
Oh, that's not a problem. You have a good day.
I will. Go home and get back into the garden.
Got tomatoes or what? Various.
I have sunflowers, kale, spinach, a bunch of just random like marigold, geranium, citronella grass, like anti-mosquito stuff.
Okay.
That I planted along my fence lines, like around where a fire pit is and whatnot.
Cool.
Because then it'll all spread.
Yeah, I used to have a garden. I used to live in Austin, and
Texas.
it's nice there. Yeah, because you can have a winter garden and a summer garden because winter isn't that cold.
My
And,
my girlfriend's best friend and her husband just moved back from the Piney Woods, Texas. It's called it by the Piney Woods, but it's
not familiar.
where they were at in Texas. It's Texas. It's huge. There's so many different. But it was just like woods of pine trees for as long as they could see.
Well, I guess that makes sense then that they call it that.
But it's like East Texas somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Have a good one.